Good evening, you're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Excellency the Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs discusses enhancing bilateral relations and regional and international issues while meeting a number of officials on the sideline of the 74th UN General Assembly meetings in New York. The Anglo-Omani Society organizes an orientation meeting on economic investment in the Governorate of Dhofar. And the British flag tanker sets sail after the Iran release. Those are the headlines, and now for the news in detail. On the sideline of the 74th session of UN General Assembly meetings in New York, His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, discussed with his counterparts means to promote bilateral relations and exchange views on regional and global matters. His Excellency met with his counterparts from Mauritania, His Excellency Ismail Would Sheikh Ahmed, to discuss matters of mutual interest in Oman's role in maintaining stability in the region. His Excellency the Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs signed a memorandum of understanding with the Kenyan side on political consultations. The Minister also met with the U.S. Assistant Secretary for Near East Affairs, David Schenker, and discussed with him disputes in the region. The U.S. Assistant Secretary for Near Eastern Affairs stated that Oman is a great partner for the United States and the key player in the region. His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, met as well with Iraqi, Lebanese and Sudanese foreign ministers and discussed with them the challenges and how to de-escalate the situation in the region. The Anglo-Omani Society organized a forum on economic investment in the Governorate of Dhofar. The session aimed at introducing programs implemented by the Anglo-Omani Society in the Sultanate of Oman and the United Kingdom. The session offered a platform for UK and Omani investors to meet and discuss potential investment opportunities available in the Governorate of Dhofar. Still to come in our news bulletin. The winter tourism starts in the Governorate of North Sharqiya. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. The British flag Stena Impero tanker left Iran's Badr Abbas port today after the ship was detained in July by Iranian forces during a row with Britain. The tanker was seized by Iran's Revolutionary Guard in the Strait of Hormuz waterway for alleged marine violations 2 weeks after Britain detained an Iranian tanker off the territory of Gibraltar. The Iranian ship was released in August. Iran's foreign minister has said that the detention order had been lifted, but the investigation continued. The CEO of Stena Bulk, the Swedish company that owns the vessel, said it had reached international waters this morning and was headed for Dubai. Eric Hanel said when the ship reaches Dubai, they will first take care of the crew and then try and get the ship in operational order again. Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan said preparations by Turkey and the United States on the safe zone for refugees in northeastern Syria are on schedule. The two NATO allies started joint land and air patrols along part of the Syrian border with Turkey. Ankara wants Washington to clear the Syrian Kurdish YPG militia from the 480-kilometer-long border area, and Erdogan warned that Turkey would act unilaterally if the group was not removed. The U.S. support for the YPG, a key U.S. ally against the Daesh group in Syria, has angered Turkey. Meanwhile, the YPG-led Syrian Democratic Forces has said it will pull back up to 14 kilometers in some areas, but Turkey say the United States agreed that the safe zone should extend 30 kilometers into Syria. Erdogan has said up to 2 million Syrian refugees could return to that area. He also said it was impossible for Turkey to stop its oil and natural gas procurement from Iran, despite the threat of U.S. sanctions, and that trade with Iran would continue. The death toll from a powerful earthquake that rocked Indonesia's remote Maluku Islands was revised downwards to 19 today. lowering its previous figures of 23 killed. Terrified residents ran into the streets as buildings fell in and around them yesterday when the 6.5 magnitude tremor struck, sparking landslides that buried at least one victim. Among the confirmed dead was an infant, with many killed by falling debris in and around the quake-struck Ambon city. Hundreds of houses, offices, schools and public facilities have also been damaged in the disaster. The Southeastern Asian archipelago is one of the most disaster-prone nations on Earth. It experiences frequent volcanic activity due to its position on the Pacific Ring of Fire, where tectonic plates collide. Oman oil price November 2019 delivery reached $62.65 per barrel. According to Dubai Mercantile Exchange, Oman oil price rose by 57%. The average price of Oman oil October 2019 delivery reached $59.68 per barrel, thus $4.20 lower than the price of September 2019 delivery. The winter tourism season started in the various wilayas of the Governorates of North Sharqiya as the weather of the Sultanate becomes moderate. The Governorate attracted tourists from inside and outside the Sultanate. Camping season in Sharqiya Sands started at the beginning of the current month, which attracts a number of tourists from inside and outside the Sultanate. More than 18 camps with full services are available in Al Sharqiya Sands that make the area an interesting touristic destination in the upcoming months. The Ministry of Tourism completed the preparations to accommodate a big turnout of visitors and tourists by adding more facilities and fulfilling the requirements that visitors had asked for when they arrived last season. The Ministry encouraged establishing tourist camps according to the rules and controls in place for securing safety to all tourists and visitors to enjoy the beautiful views of the desert and allow them to participate in different activities. A total of 13 camps and 33 hotel establishments in the Governorate of North Al Sharqiya provide tourists and visitors with a variety of activities and programs, including sand skiing, sand biking, camel riding, and sand surfing. Now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Clear skies will prevail over most of the governorates, with chances of low cloud and fog late at night and early morning over the coast of the Arabian Sea. Cloud skies with chances of intermittent drizzle are expected over the governorates of Dhofar. Winds will be southeasterly light to moderate, and seas will be slight to moderate with a maximum wave height of 1.5 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Excellency the Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs discusses enhancing bilateral relations and regional and international issues while meeting a number of officials on the sideline of the 74th UN General Assembly meeting in New York. The Anglo-Omani Society organizes an orientation meeting on economic investment in the Governorate of Dhofar. And the British flag tanker sets sail after the Iran release. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studio, it's a good night.